By potato.
All very extensive expression. And we're live, aren't we?
Yeah, we are.
Yes, we are.
I hate you.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Shenanigoons, where we like to mime for our friends and have potatoes for cameras. Or vice versa. Potatoes for cameras. Potato, tomato.
Potato
The whole thing off.
a modem. Potato for a modem.
Potato, and if you grew up in the early 90s, potato-y. That's a very deep cut and a very strange joke.
It's a political joke.
It is.
Late 80s?
No.
I see, that's the problem.
No.
I think I screwed up
No, I
the
think
year.
That
it
is
was
the
the
90s.
90s. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Yeah, all right. See, that's why I had to change the screen. If I just pressed the space bar, that was that sound you heard, and then bad things would have happened had I not changed the screen. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Shenanigoons, the industrial fantasy goofiness that is this game. I don't have a really good to catch opening lines yet, so that's what we're going to stick with. For today, say hello to our wonderful players. Hello, players.
Hello, players.
Hello.
And hello to our awesome audience.
Hi, guys.
Hello,
I think I
audience.
saw somebody needed a distraction tonight. Rez.
We are here to
Where are
provide.
you? We will provide distraction. We love you. We love all of you. Hello, Autumn. Hello, Ross. This is a good place to be.
Heck yeah.
So let's talk really quickly about our sponsors.
Yes.
I'm going to save the one we normally start with for last because we got a lot to talk about with them real quick. So let's talk about, I almost screwed up and started with them. Die Hard Dice, that most amazing dice company that likes to make their own dice and their own products and are going really crazy right now. And they're so super busy. And I may or may not have just received a list of all of our giveaways from this month.
Heck
So we
yeah.
can start doing some giveaways this month. So I am very, very excited about that. That'll be coming very, very, very soon. So hopefully we'll be doing one on here. Logan, my camera looks amazing today. Thank you. Although I look like crap today because I haven't had a nice warm shower in like a week. But that's a whole other issue.
Your hair is so nicely froed out. It's great.
Because there was no shower had today, and I feel grimy and gross. So there's that. I'll put that out there. I'm live the internet. This is me. You get me every single day. But yeah, Tessa actually focused my camera today, which was very nice. So we forgot to do the last couple of nights. And I was recording something very sad earlier today, and I look like a potato-y mess because I completely forgot to focus my camera. But that's okay. If you want to see that sadness, you can tune in on Saturday for Countless Heroes ending. Anyway, Die Hard Dice. Go to dieharddice.com. Use the coupon code Goonies for 15% off your order and check out their amazing new products, including 4 new polymer sets that just came out. And what else? There was the Scroll of Rolling, which is my most favorite of products now. It is, and I can't wait to get one. It is a leather roll dice case that holds a full set of 11 dice. And
2 full
and a few
sets.
others. Does it hold 2 full sets? 2 full sets of 11?
Yeah, 2 full sets.
Yep.
Of 11? Because
2
the
full.
picture doesn't look like it does.
On the website, it says 2 full sets.
Then it's probably 14. So it'll hold
Yes.
one. I'm gonna say it's probably one set of 11 or 2 sets of 14. Because I looked at the images of it being unrolled and it didn't. We happened to be at D&D Live this last weekend, which was incredible, and we had the bot isn't up. I'll fix it in a second. The product manager that was responsible for this year's sets of dice that are going to be released by Wizards of the Coast, not the previous 2 years. He made that very clear. Turned and looked to the audience at D&D Live, the $300 a ticket, weekend crazy D&D players, and asked them if they knew why they included 2 D20s. And the stunned silence of the audience, I was just sitting there, and everyone was just as baffled as I am going, "Did he just ask us that?" I was like, "Really?" And then he asked, "Do you know why we include 4D6?" And I went, "Is this real? Am I having a stroke? What's going on here?" I was very baffled. Anyway, A few people got it right. A few people, the rest of us, sat in stunned silence.
Yeah.
Um,
And now
is
we
very
need
good.
3 because a new role has been invented.
what new role?
Oh,
is
that's
being
right, the
Janice?
Double disadvantage.
disadvantage.
Double
Where's that?
disadvantage. Chris Perkins.
Roll 3 dice.
It happened in Chris Perkins' game. He gave someone double disadvantage because they were carrying 3 people.
That is a house rule, but you know, you can do whatever you want with a house rule. We're gonna be changing up one of the house rules in this game. I watched Deborah Ann Wool, and I was very, very impressed with her game. If you've never seen Relics and Rarities,
She's got
not-
game.
not the evil group Rarities and Relics that exists within the world.
Yes,
But
really.
Rarity, it's hilarious. You got to go watch it.
It's amazing.
Uh,
the
It was very,
reverse
very
R and
good.
R.
Something she did was that she, instead of having advantage from having someone help you do a roll, you get their modifier instead for that roll. So if you
Instead or in addition to your own?
Instead of advantage, you
Okay.
add their modifier to your roll.
Gotcha.
So if you are rolling, say, perception at +4, and they have a +3, you would then roll at a +7. That means that if somebody role playing like I would is horrible at something and they're like insisting on helping you, they can actually hurt you. And I think that's great because that's real life.
There have been many
the
times where I've
dear.
told Logan I would help him and have messed things up.
What's that
average
tripwire do? What's that tripwire do?
Think.
What's that tripwire do?
The average increase to a roll, I believe, with advantage is about 4.5. And that can be, you know, once you get up to a higher level, that's a pretty good addition for an average for what you'll probably be getting from one of the players anyway. So I think it works out really well. I don't think it changes a lot. I think we're going to try it for a while. So we'll if we don't like it, we can always change it back. I have a few other little things, and she had some incredible magic items that I really want to bring to the game as well. So I got to start watching all of her shows because they have some amazing things.
So Logan,
Yes.
I do have a question about this because I
We're
want
going to
to
get back to sponsors, but go ahead and ask your question.
Well, it's very topical. If we're going to implement this house rule, I want to. So if Callie were in this game with her +12 perception, and she were to help Bonnie, pretending we weren't played by the same person, so that would be a +18 to perception.
Yes. Or it could get even worse if we can
Delightful.
count as heroes, and we could have Nathan helping what's his name?
Joe.
Joe
with his
but only
persuasion.
with persuasion, and they could have like a +32. Yeah, that's the point. It can get incredibly
Yes, okay,
crazy.
cool. I'm cool.
Joe
with
has a
this.
+20 by himself. I'm assuming Nathan has at least a +12.
Team Diplomancer. Jeez.
Bard,
Ah,
man.
Diplomancer.
Bard.
I love
Let's
it.
get back to our because people were looking for distraction.
Back to our sponsors.
Let's get back
I
to our
apologize.
sponsors. No, that
I'm
was
a
my
big
fault.
fan.
I went all over the place, but it was that crazy. I can't believe a group of people that paid $300 to go to a D&D event and asked why they need 46. I'm like, anyway, they were wonderful. They were amazing people. They got the dice right this year. They didn't. They actually have good looking dice and a nice case. The box that it comes in turns into 2 little dice trays. It's amazing. They're all felt lined. It's perfect. They did a lot of good things. I don't care how much it costs. Nobody does anymore. It's like, who cares? We buy $40, $50 dice all the time. That's just part of life now. So, anyway,
Not mine. Oh, that's a lie. It's part of my life.
The difference
I
is
was
that I
going to
got
say,
them
yes,
for
you have a $50 dice set sitting in front of you right now. I know you do.
I do.
Uh,
Yes. And so does my wife,
so-
which
So anyway, go to dieharddice.com to pick up your $50 dice set at 15% off with the coupon code Goonies. Next, we would like to say thank you to Nerdsmith for allowing us to be a part of that. Although after this episode, who knows? Well, I'm gonna guess.
Why are
since
you
most of
always
the
We're in a
listeners
little-
are in
We're
this-
in a little bit of hot
in
water
this
now.
show.
you.
well, Logan
anyway,
and Tessa aren't.
we're not voting members.
Be in hot water once we get
they're
the
not
tea
in hot
set.
water.
Oh no, we're not in hot
No,
water
we're
right now.
not.
Thanks. Thanks, Mike. Thanks for reminding me once again that we
I'm
have
sorry
hot
for
water
setting you
over
up for that.
That was a tea
Um,
ball. So
I'm sorry I set him up for that. I didn't mean to.
That was
And
good.
it's all because of a sensor. That's the thing. The heater works, but it won't turn on because the sensor can't determine how hot is too hot. I'm like, I'll mix it with more cold water. Trust me, I'll be fine. Frustrates me. Where was I? So go to nerdsmith.org, take a look at the content, and check out a bunch of new, amazing podcasts that you may never have seen before, including Cat of Goodness?
Yes,
Is
it
that correct?
is.
All right, Cat of Goodness. So go to you can check out Cat of Goodness over on the content page there. It is Spaceballs meets Firefly, I think is how it's been described to me.
Yep.
A crazy podcast that is played in the, what system is it?
What's old is new.
Got it. What's old is new. That was a lot of people, a lot of feedback. So what's
We
old
all
is
started
new
saying that at the
system.
same time.
The
We need to institute a hand raise
which
system.
the DM Chad has uses the players to create a lot of the world, a lot of the things that they get into, and they also take their prompts because it's kind of like episodic, where each week they're going to a new place. They take those prompts from audience members, so you get to create plot lines and send them in, and they will pick maybe your plot line and your prompt into the world, and they will run into it. So go take a look at that. Woen for sure.
Yeah.
Woin like groin, or Woen like Rowan. Rowan.
Let's go with Woen.
Woen.
I like Woin.
Of course you
You
do.
would.
And then
No, and then.
Doesn't help us if you type it again. We don't know how you're pronouncing it when you type it. It's pronounced as Woen, not Woen.
Boing.
Woin,
It's like
woin.
the
That was
Mario
the sound that,
coin. But
Mario coins make, yeah. Woin, woin. So lastly, let's talk about World Anvil. God, I had it right. WorldAnvil.com, the most robust world building and campaign management software that exists on the internet today, has just become even better, or at least it will on Friday with its public release of its system called Heroes, which is basically social media for your characters, incorporates your campaign management tools, incorporates a chat log, including personal chats and personal campaign journals, all rolled into one on the back of World Anvil's already robust tools for world building and campaign management in a much sleeker, fancier, beautiful new interface. Starting next week, we will be using this, and the coolest thing ever is that you will have a special page, a website you'll be able to go to watch our interactions separate from this. So you can have this on one screen and that on another, or if you don't have two screens, you can switch back and forth, or do the split screen thing in Windows 10 if you can figure out how to make it work. I had to buy a program that did it because I couldn't get it to work. So
watch us fail
OfficeNet,
in two
by the way.
places.
It's a great program.
There you go.
I should get it.
Watch us fail speaking, just flavor wise, and
What did
then
I
watch
say
us
wrong?
fail in dice rolls
Yeah, that's true.
in two different spots.
And then we'll have some digital dice rolls there, maybe, if people don't want to roll their physical dice. But considering we have a physical dice sponsor, we always allow people to roll physical dice because obviously we got a dice sponsor. We want to be able to use our dice. Why wouldn't we? But they're also our sponsor. So we're going to probably do a little bit of both. In combat, we'll probably be doing the digital dice roll a little bit more. Anyway, you'll be able to see the character sheets. You'll be able to see all of that over there. Go to, do we have a new link for the heroes to take a look at the preview videos or anything like that?
No, but I can send people to Adelaide's page because I was goofing off on it the other day.
Good. Do it.
I will do that. So you guys can see all the gooftastic things I was doing last week when I was testing it out.
yes.
And we have been working with, can you guys hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh, Jesus. You like delay. Everyone starts nodding. That was amazing.
Hey guys, next time he says that, we're all just
Yeah,
blank
all
and
right.
silent,
Yeah,
okay,
set
guys?
it up. Good.
Just blank.
We have been working with World Anvil on this. They let us know about this project several, like 2 months ago, I think. And yes, I can keep a secret, obviously, with much prompting and under the table kicking. But now the cat's out of the bag, and that new product is coming this week. We've been working and playing with it and looking and seeing the progress of it. It's been really incredible. And I believe tomorrow on Discover RPG, we are having Janet from World Anvil on to come and talk specifically about the product, as we are one of the first big interviews and big discussions of the program pre-release that they're going to be having. They're very generous to allow us to have that opportunity. So don't miss Discover RPG tomorrow at noon Pacific or 3 Eastern or whatever you can figure it out.
Whatever's in
That's what I get.
between.
Whatever's in between or whatever's beyond if you're over the pond. Beyond the pond. Hey, that almost rhymes.
If you sign up for World Anvil with a free account, on Friday you will have access to heroes, so you can like interact with our profiles and all sorts of cool stuff. So please be sure to sign up for World Anvil if you haven't already.
Yeah. Do that thing that she said.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that is all we have to say about that. Lastly, the last thing I really want to say really quick, because we've taken a lot of time here, is that this is an interactive stream. You can donate bits to give coins to the players, which we will take live during the game. Evidently, it worked out really well last time, finding coins along the way.
Keep finding them in our pockets, on the ground.
In the most, and we have to come up with the most obscure and ridiculous places to find them. I think is the game.
I can't wait to find a fantasy couch.
Yeah,
Ooh,
just full of stuff. Also down to my, let's say your right. I guess it's my left. Stage left. The
Right side of the screen.
The tip us and audience right. Stage
Other
left.
way, Tessa.
My camera is mirrored on
there
the
you go.
screen. It's actually not the other way.
Tessa is
Right
pointing
side
it
of the
correctly. Heather is pointing it correctly. Below Merrick. Anyway, I think they got it. They're a lot smarter than we are sometimes.
Yes.
Tip
us and tip the scales.
You have 4 different ways to help us out, help out the players or me. You can absolutely choose me. I have to get into it because it's too tiny for me to see.
No.
Glasses. $10 allows you to get to reroll to a player. $15, you choose an NPC or a player, more to do the players. And we roll the Wheel of Causality, which has both good and bad things on it that will happen instantly, and it works well in game, in combat or out. You can introduce a new NPC. You give us the race, a quick description, and why they're there, or where they've come from, or a hilarious scenario that they are introduced with, and we will run with that. And for $50, you can give a godlike ability to the powers, to the player of your choice, and allow them to time stop, which will allow them to step out of the time stream, accomplish one incredible feat, and then step right back in. And it could be ridiculous, or it could be amazing, or it could be just anywhere in between there. So that is what you can do there. And yeah, that's that. So thank you all for your considerations. And without further ado, I think we should get started.
Yeah.
Yeah, woo!
Sounds good.
When last we left your characters, I believe you were standing outside of a cave. A large, beautiful cave leading deep within the mountainside. Well, the hillside, really. This is a large hilly area, and they're very tall hills, but they're not quite mountains yet. Maybe someday they'll grow big and strong, drink their Ovaltine, and be mountains.
Like they do, I guess. Sure.
Your friend that is along with you, that you have recruited to help out, is who is that friend you have with you, Val?
Sorry, everyone. My dog decided to cameo on there, apparently. This is Doc. He doesn't like thunder, and it's been stormy, so he's hanging out with me today. He might show up again.
Val, I thought orcs could sweat. I didn't think you had to pant to stay cool.
Yeah.
I thought that was Xanathar the hawk.
I didn't know hawks had
the
to
hawk is
pant.
panting.
Hawks wear
So-
pants.
Hawks wear
Pants, pants. Wearing some pants, pants, pants.
Wrong stream.
So you have Francis with you, who is a ranger, and his little hawk friend, formerly known as Hawkeye, now known as Xanathar, as he is an awakened hawk who has chosen his own name, his own path in life, and is currently on break from school to become a wizard.
Guys, I found like
Actually,
25
doctor. Sorry,
copper on the
doctor.
ground.
Oh, 25 copper on the ground. That's amazing. Right outside this cave. Can imagine
That
who
doesn't-
belongs to.
That
That's
doesn't bode
weird.
well.
Yeah, what happened to the person who had the copper before us?
I choose to see this as a fortuitous opportunity in which we have been blessed upon by the smiling gods. I will put it into party loot.
Well, maybe
Thank
it
you,
was
Rez.
someone who, was taking a load of laundry into town, and now they don't have the necessary funds to wash and or dry their belongings. You're gonna have some knickers that are either very stinky or very damp.
Well, how about I look for them then when we return to town? And return this 25 copper to its rightful
No,
owner.
it's fine. I was just thinking that it's very sad that someone's not going to be able to do it,
Mm.
but it's their fault for losing it.
We could always
Those
pay it
words will come
forward
back
at
to bite
some
me.
point,
Yes, they
buy
will.
someone a meal when they don't have enough money.
Perfect.
Well,
Did we hear the giant laugh just a second ago? Just a short while ago. Was I hearing right?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
kind of what it sounded like.
So, are we altering our path? Are we going after to go check out the giant, or are we going to the cave?
well, our job is to get the gauntlet, not really investigate a giant.
That is true. Yes.
I mean, they might be related, but we should probably go check out the cave since
Yeah.
Sounds
Francis,
But I-
fine to me.
how likely do you think it is that the giant's gonna make it all the way out here?
Knowing our luck,
Very.
All right. Well, I mean, there's that, I guess. All right. Cave and then giant.
all right.
Sounds optimal.
Let's just hope
Adelaide.
there's no cave giant.
Oh, God, why did you have to?
Why would you?
There's
throw
no
that
wood
out
anywhere
there?
to knock on.
There is now.
well,
Hmm.
I have a bow.
Adelaide just walks towards the cave.
What?
No eye contact with our.
Bonnie just cracks up.
Okay, yeah. I step towards the cave. I get us moving.
All right,
All right,
so
well-
Francis is, all right, have a good one. I'll be out here ready to take you home whenever you're ready.
Don't get smashed.
Thank you.
Sounds good.
Oh, I'm
Yes, please
very good at
be-
hiding.
Good.
All right.
And he goes and stands behind a twig.
I'm sure it kicks in when you get further away.
I'm very good at hiding when no one is looking at me.
Gotcha.
Keep him safe, Xanathar. And
I forgot Xanathar's voice. So
He's just flying.
he's flying. I should really watch the previous episode before I come into these things.
Or make
With
notes
what
on
time,
your
I don't
voices.
know, but
Caw-caw!
how does one do that?
You say I talked high pitched. And he's very naive, and that's it.
I
That's
don't
all.
take notes on my plot, so I'm not sure that taking notes on my voices is going to happen.
Do you want me to start
Well-
taking notes on your voices?
No, he has to learn how to do it for himself. Don't enable.
Actually, I have taken notes for this plot, so that's okay. Maybe I'll get there. I'll get there
Someday.
someday.
We enter the cave.
So you guys walk into this cave. It slopes down fairly quickly. It's kind of muddy right here towards the opening. Not like I guess soft is more the correct term. It's not like muddy to the point where you're gonna get like stuck to you, but you kind of sink a little bit in. And it's sort of strange because you don't see any other footprints here.
Would we have expected to see footprints?
If you think it's this soft and a giant's been going in and out of it, yeah, you might consider might see a footprint or two.
Or maybe the giant climbs on the ceiling.
Welcome to Shenanigoons. We love that you've subscribed. You've tuned into Shenanigoons and no one here was bribed. Mayhem, magic, mystery is usually the vibe. Again, we are Shenanigoons. You're awesome. You subscribed.
Yeah, that was my fault. Sorry.
Thank you. Oh, Jesus. All right.
I was like, oh, I should do my due diligence and resubscribe
Yes,
with my
let's do
Twitch
that.
Prime account. And I completely forgot it would derail everything. Sorry.
Never apologize for the gloriousness that is that song.
That is
Ever.
amazing. Thank you, Matthew Siebert, for
Yes, there you
recording
go.
our
Thank
song.
you, Matthew.
My guess is that there's another entrance, much larger than this one.
Oh.
Now, this does have about a 15-foot ceiling, but it's kind of sloped. You would think that, it's not exactly perfectly 15, but a large creature could easily, even a huge creature could easily get out of here. But the way that it's sloped and angled, you would think they might have to crawl a little bit or, something. It might be considered a climbing check for them.
What if they get down and slide down the little slope like it was a banister? That would explain why there's no footprints. Like they just got on their bum and whooshed like
So how
a
do they
slide.
come out?
I
Carefully.
mean, that would explain how they'd get in, but there'd have to be another entrance for them to get out. Also, wouldn't there be like a skid mark from them sliding down it repeatedly?
No, they took the clothes to the laundry to take care of that.
Poop joke so early, Kyle. So proud. All right. So you get to the bottom and it kind of levels out a bit. It becomes a very, very solid dirt here. The whatever makes it soft at the entrance, probably some moisture from the outside, seems to not come into the cave. So you're in the cave and it's nice and kind of solid here, but it's still dirt for the most part, and it's dusty and kind of gross in here. There's roots from the forests and things growing overhead coming into the walls, and you can see where they've been cut or ripped in several places and kind of broken off. But it still kind of hangs down in sort of a tenderly mass here and there.
How thick are the roots?
Some places are very thin, some they're very thick, to the point where they can be up to 2 or 3 inches thick.
Does it look like someone could like brachiate through them so they would never touch the floor?
A small person could. There's enough of them that somebody could, maybe a medium size, but a tall, a huge, large or larger, and their feet would basically be dangling on the ground.
Okay.
Are there any footprints further in the cave that we can notice, or no?
Because of how solid the ground is here, you're not seeing any, or being really able to detect any right here, but deeper in maybe.
Okay.
As you continue in, though, the cave sort of splits into 3 different directions. One goes left and way down, like a sharp incline. You'd have to climb to get up and down it. And then the 2 kind of go off to the left. One smells very earthy. As you kind of like come down it, you kind of start listening and you smell it's just like standard cave earth, dirt and things. The other one smells more musky, like there's some sort of almost like a rose water type scent with the musk, or with the earth.
Maybe somebody's making rosewater tea.
That's what I was thinking as
So
well.
you said that
Maybe.
it's 3 directions it splits in then?
Correct. Left and down, straight and earthy, or slightly to the right and earthy, or way right and rose watery, but also earthy.
So which one do we want to check?
No. Let's try the rosewater first, I think.
Alright.
If anyone's
Yeah.
okay with that.
I'm
It's
fine.
as good a choice as any right now. We don't know what's down any of them.
It's the one that smells different than a normal cave. So.
I could sneak ahead and see what there is to see. Of course, I can't see, so there's
It
that.
is very dark.
Do you want some help with that?
Sure.
I mean, I can go with you. I'm pretty stealthy too, and I can see.
Sure.
All right.
Just don't forget to step over the 12 copper.
What?
I'll get it.
At 12 copper. Right?
You almost
Man.
stepped on it. I got it.
That would not have been stealthy.
No, that would have made a lot of noise.
All right.
Waiting here.
All right.
Lead the way.
Bonnie starts being very sneaky and stealthing ahead.
By yourself?
I'm assuming Merrick is nearby, so they're stealthing together, because Bonnie has dark vision and Merrick doesn't. So she can kind of point out a little bit further on
Okay.
things that he might miss.
I need to figure out a way to be able to see in the dark.
At some point, I think it's a spell I can take.
It's called a torch.
But then people can spot you. Oh, voice from the ether.
Yeah. Or you could be at disadvantage on all your rolls while you're crawling through the dark. All right. So, speaking of that, I need each of you to make me a stealth check. Merrick, you're at disadvantage.
Including stealth?
You don't think that it's important to be able to see where you're stepping for stealth?
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Even if I'm assisting him.
Are you concentrating on your own stealth check or are you assisting him?
That's a good question.
You're both making this roll at the same time. You can stop and let him kind of go on ahead and help him by guiding him and whispering to him. But then you're whispering.
Yeah.
There's only so much you can do and still be
Yeah.
stealthy, is my point. If you guys had telepathy, maybe? Do you guys have a way to do telepathy?
I need to talk to the illithid and eat a brain. I'll be right back.
Got it. All right, you come
If
back
only we had the time stop.
and- If only
14.
we had a brain.
Well, I think the time stop goes beyond when you're talking a different
Yeah.
campaign.
Yeah.
It- If it had
21.
been a straight up roll, it would have been 29.
Nice.
I see Gabby and Kim just joined us too. Hello,
They
everyone.
did.
So you guys start to sneak forward. 14 and Bonnie, what'd you get?
I got a 21.
All right. So Merrick, you can't hear Bonnie for shit. Probably your passive, I assume, is not a 21 or higher. As you're sneaking along, trying just carefully to put your foot down slowly to make sure you're not stepping on anything that might make noise, animals or anything. But you do a great job, actually. 14's not bad for the situation you put yourself in. That's really not bad. And you guys kind of head into this area, kind of opens up, and Bonnie, you see a table, or at least a makeshift table. It's a large piece of broken wood that's kind of been leveled with stones on either side to kind of make it sort of a table. It's almost maybe 12 feet long and like 2 feet deep. And it's got all these stones that are just kind of built up to keep it level. Above it, there is several bowls on the table, and it's about 5 feet, 6 feet up. Behind it, there's this large stone, this large boulder that's maybe 3 feet tall or so. kind of flattened on the top, rounded, very soft. Looks like a river rock, just a large, very large river rock that's been put here. Doesn't belong in this cave. And sitting on top of this table are these large bowls that somehow look like they have wooden handles sticking out of them, and there is some sort of reflective glint you see of metal up towards the top as well.
Ooh. That's an interesting find.
What is?
There's a big old table over there. Little hints of metal reflecting. Got some bowls with some
You can
handles.
see,
Definitely.
Barrick, you can see the glint of the metal. There's something kind of just catching the little tiny bit of light that might exist here. You can just kind of barely see something there, but it's not enough for you to be able to see by. And Bonnie, there's no one else in this room.
Room is pretty empty.
Any points of entrance other than the one that we just came through?
No,
Not that I can
not
see.
that you can see.
All right. How about a little bit of light? See if we can discover anything.
I will see what I can do.
I have a torch.
Do we want to get the others first?
Sure. Sure. Do you want to sneak back?
Yeah, I'll sneak back and grab them. You gonna be okay here? Of course you are.
Yep,
You're stealthier than
I'm
I
fine.
am on a good...
Fine. I can work on lighting this torch in the dark. What could go?
Bonnie prestidigitates a little fire in her hand. Does that make it easier?
Much obliged, thank you.
You're welcome. I'll be right back.
So you light the torch. So Merrick's gonna be left there with a lit torch while Bonnie goes back. Is that what I'm hearing?
Mm-hmm. Because I can guide the others through the dark part without much issue.
It's
I think
not
Val can see in the
that
dark as well.
far. It's
Val
maybe
can't
20
see.
feet around kind of a turn. So as soon as the torch is lit, the rest of you can kind of see the light pouring from that direction.
Looks like they lit something up, so it must not be occupied, I guess.
Or the light's coming to kill us. It's fine.
That's the spirit. Adelaide starts stepping towards the light. Well, I guess. I mean, we're not hearing someone being murdered, so.
No.
That's true.
Sounds like somebody's whistling the Pirates of the Caribbean theme. Oh, that, yeah. It's
Not
probably-
me. As Bonnie comes around the corner.
Everything all right?
Yeah, got some interesting topography ahead. Definitely put here on purpose. Got like table, some metal glinting in the light, a big old river rock that is definitely not native to this cave, and I think a couple of things with some handles on top, almost like a kitchen table kind of dealy.
Was there a sandwich?
Okay.
Did not see a sandwich. But again, I didn't look on top of the table. But there could be.
How big of a table?
About two of me stacked on top of each other long and about up to my middle wide.
Okay, all right. You said you didn't check the top.
That's
I'm
a
like,
pretty big
is this a
table.
giant's table?
How tall is it?
Is this something we should be worried?
I don't remember how tall it was. I don't think the DM gave me that information on how
It's
tall it was.
about 5 feet off the ground.
A little shorter than me off the ground.
All right, so a giant's
Yeah,
table is what you're
it's a giant's
saying.
table.
All right.
All right.
Okay, I just want to be clear. All right.
Yeah, it's a giant's table.
Okay.
Shall we go?
It is larger than average.
Yeah, let's go take a look at it before they come back.
Is that
How
what you
long
tell
you
all
know-
the girls?
Hey, thank you.
No, I'm standing underneath it. It's quite a large table. You guys weren't being very quiet when you were talking, so just figured I'd join the crowd.
So you guys all head into the room and you see basically the same thing I just described.
No sandwich.
You go look at what's on top of the table?
I do, yeah.
All right, how do you get up? How tall are you?
I'm 6 feet.
All right, so your head can like kind of just see on top of it. You see several large bowls with wooden handles. Some of them have wooden handles in them, but you don't see any plates or sandwiches.
I'll take. Can I lift one of the bowls down? Because I
Oh
probably
yeah,
can't
it's
see
about
it.
it's about the size of a very large salad bowl for the smallest ones, and the larger ones are about maybe twice as big as a salad bowl.
I'll take one of the smaller ones down.
Roll me a d6.
1.
So inside of this one is sort of a um, uh, greenish sort of paste. It looks kind of like just a light to middle pale green, and it seems to be some kind of very thick sort of paste. I mean, it's hard to
Does it smell good?
describe. It smells earthy, and it's got kind of a little bit of a fungal scent to it. But it's very, very, very soft. It's not like granuled. If you touch it, it looks like it would be, like it was designed. Yeah. So it tastes not great, but it's not. You don't think it's poisonous or anything. It's not something you'd want to eat all the time. It's kind of chalky almost, and very, very got kind of a fungal earthiness to it that is like eating a bad mushroom.
It's not very good. It'd be better with bacon. But
Arthur, could you please refrain from eating everything that you see?
I can only heal you so much.
it smelled. It's fine.
Sure.
Who? I mean, is he gonna make poison to eat himself?
No,
This one has no
With them?
handle in it, by the way.
but they might be making the poison to apply to their weapons or to put into some sort of delivery device.
Like an
My
umbrella.
point being is that I don't want to be running from a giant and have you pooping your guts out as we run. That'd be terrible.
That
We
would
could use
be
that laundry money
problematic.
though.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, we don't know what it is. I mean, Val kind of looks at it. For all we know, it's paint.
Rotten green mushroom sauce.
Logan, where was the metal coming from? The metal glint
Oh,
on top.
all right. So as you kind of look up onto the thing, it looks like kind of laying or leaning kind of towards the back of it, like it's been just kind of set down. Looks like this jagged, broken piece of metal. You could reach up and grab it and pull it down, or you could climb up to the table and take a look at it. Your choice.
I'm gonna climb on up.
Okay. As you climb up on top of the table, you look at this piece of metal, and it looks very heavy. Give me a intelligence check. Crafting, if you have it.
Crafting's not a skill anymore.
Do you have any artisan tools?
I have
skills.
carpenter's tools.
Add your proficiency.
Ooh, yay. That
Not
makes that roll
exactly,
slightly
but
better.
close.
15.
So as you're looking at this, you realize it looks jagged because it's kind of been split because this metal used to be curved and it's been flattened, probably squished by some large hammer, maybe fist. It's very poorly done. You could do a much better job with simple tools. Reconstructing the curves a little bit in your mind, having dealt with some angles with carpentry and things, you're pretty sure it used to be like the front half of a breastplate.
This was somebody's armor.
Excuse me?
I mean, it's not anymore. I think he's using it as a plate now.
Waste not, want not.
Well, I mean, if he eats a lot
Yeah.
of chicken, that stands to reason. breastplate.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
Bonnie is delightedly cackling with laughter.
Right. So, Val looks around the room. Are there any cabinets or anything, or cubbies, or
Nope,
chests,
this is
or
the
nothing? It's
only thing that
just
here.
okay.
Walking around, can Merrick detect where that rose scent is coming from?
Yeah,
rose
it's
water?
pretty obvious. There's coming from something on the table.
All right. Bonnie, can you follow your nose, as it were, and see if there's what that smell is coming from?
Sure. Bonnie
All right, so
will-
Bonnie, you are trying to figure out which of these things has the rose water in it, and you realize it's one of these bowls has a lid, and it appears to be coming from that one. And the lid is very crude, sort of like a clay formed lid that's been kind of pressed onto it, then left off to dry, and now it just kind of sits on there, but it's ugly and doesn't really fit well. And these bowls are not the greatest either, but it seems to be holding whatever's inside of it.
Are any of the bowls like cracked or anything like that?
No, they all
Okay.
seem to be in pretty good repair.
She's gonna gently lift the lid on it.
Okay, as you lift off the lid, inside is a some sort of liquid. It's very, very strong. It's sort of a rose water smell to it. Very pungent. It's got a few other smells you just can't quite capture. Maybe some honeysuckle or something. Just some very natural sense to it.
Smells good.
And then inside of it there is this stick. It's really just a branch that has had a what looks to be part of a rabbit's pelt tied to it crudely.
The heck? It's like a perfume applicator or something almost.
Well, hold on.
That's strange.
So there's large clay bowls and a clay device that has a lid, and there's floral and herbal scented something inside of this thing with the lid.
Mm-hmm.
What if that's what we're looking for?
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, it is a place of giants, right? So it would stand to reason that this thing is made for giants. And if it was made a long time ago, we don't know if it was a fine bone china set or if it was a clay set. You know, it could be something that was, you know, maybe the rabbit's pelt is for honey. You know, they use like a little honeycomb applicator thing.
Well, maybe, but it's supposed to be a glove. But
Made of mithril, remember?
Right.
Bonnie, is the stuff in the other bowls up there like a similar texture to the one Arthur ate, but different colors? Like, is this
I wonder if
someone's
it's cosmetics.
is this someone's makeup desk thing?
Maybe
What do
that's
they
why
call
the giant
those?
is green. He's painting himself green. She looks into the other bowl.
As you look down into the other bowls, there's one other one that has a little bit deeper green, similar stuff without any sort of handle in it. Another one is almost pitch black, and it has a very like coarse haired stick with the hairs just kind of standing off it, almost like they're porcupine, small porcupine hairs attached all around half of this stick. And then another one has this deep red, sort of rose scented paste in it, and it has a very soft, another one of those rabbit fur sticks in it.
Bonnie quickly touches the black. Does it feel like coal, like eyeliner would, or if you wet it, almost like a mascara cake?
It's kind of like a mascara cake. Yeah.
Since Bonnie's very familiar with face paints and makeup.
Yeah, it's almost. It's actually a really well-made version of it as well.
Yeah, these are all cosmetics.
So the giant's a woman?
Or just into cosmetic art.
Fair enough.
Or painting himself green.
It's organic.
Well, is there any evidence of
Why?
green? Like a lot of green makeup that would cover a giant? Enough?
There's at least 2 colors of green here.
Well, but if they're doing what's that stuff that my mom was
Contouring.
always putting on? That's it. Yeah, the contouring and like the foundation stuff. You need different colors for that, right? She always had to get like 3.
Yeah. Like, give me a sec. And Bonnie just does a quick, quick orc transformation, or half orc transformation with
Okay.
what's on. How do I look?
So
Green.
you're using the stuff that's there to do this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So
as a quick-
the as you're putting it on, the green doesn't coat. It tints.
I can still see the pixie paint below it.
You could put a lot more on and probably get it to coat, but it wouldn't stay very well.
It's more like
Like eyeshadow?
yeah, not so much foundation. Okay, and she'll press to digitate it off of her face.
Thank you for the raid.
Thank you, Ran VR. Or is it Ran in VR? There's 2 N's. I'm gonna guess it's Ran VR.
So, what's yours?
Maybe it's Ran and VR, like Ran and VR. All right, back to the game. Sorry.
So, what you're all saying is that this is a dead end, and we need to proceed further away.
Yes.
Yeah.
I believe so.
Yeah. I'm gonna
Calm
take
down, Scooby. I believe this is called a clue.
Bonnie's gonna take a little vial and take some of the rose water with the honeysuckle.
Sure.
Does it? I'm assuming it smells very pleasant,
It's pleasant. It's just potent.
and we'll take a little bit.
Oh,
Hey,
and
I
right
found
next. Oh, sorry. There you go.
10 silver up here, or 10 copper up.
Like person size, like medium-sized
Big-
person worth of
Yes.
coins, not like giant
No,
coins.
it's just one giant copper coin.
Maybe she was using them like in the nail polish bottles. You know how you have to put something
Yeah.
in to shake it up?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Awesome.
I don't know what either. I'll follow you out, Mary.
I sort of agree. I mean, there'll probably be more in deeper in. So
All
Okay,
right.
we can explore all of the rooms. This is like a little makeup station with this, like a little dressing table.
Adelaide, do you happen to have any, please forgive me for saying so, do you happen to have any bottles? Any small, like, ink bottles or something?
let me look.
I don't mind. I think you've had them before, so it's fine for me.
Yeah. I mean, I have here.
I mean, we might as well collect some of whatever's here and see if there's,
Sure.
if we can identify it later, maybe at the Birchfield Institute.
I've got some of the
That sounds excellent.
I've got some of the perfume.
All right.
Well, if there's nothing obvious here. Is any of this magical?
That's a good question.
I don't know.
Could not tell you. Well, I mean, I couldn't sense anything because that's not a thing I can do. But I can look around and see if anything seems out of the ordinary from a normal physical inspection.
Yeah, that's the best I could do as well. Can't detect magic.
Yeah,
Yet.
Logan, I'd like to I'd like to inspect the makeup and the perfume and see if there's anything around it or anything about it that might indicate that it's more than just mundane. There might be some.
Doesn't appear to be anything
Okay.
like that.
Okay. I mean, short of there being a alembic and some other sort of alchemical equipment around, there's not really any evidence that there's anything out of the ordinary about this stuff. Shall we?
Sure.
Adelaide makes her way. Let's go then to further
All
in
right.
past.
Which one do you go?
So there's the. What are the differences again?
One that we have to
One
crawl
goes
down.
and one is earthy.
Mm-hmm.
They both are probably earthy. It's either staying at this level and moving forward, quote unquote, or turning from the entrance, or turning left from the entrance and going down a steep incline. Like
Let's
you'll have
do
to
that
climb it.
first or next.
All right. Let's
not at
keep
all.
going forward then. Is my suggestion.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I like that plan.
Move all together?
Please.
Alrighty.
All right. With the light lit,
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Okay.
may as well.
as you guys arrive to the end of this one's a little bit longer, about a 30, maybe 40 feet walkway, hallway, cave, whatever. You opens up into another kind of small little hovel. And in this one, it's pretty much a disaster. There are pieces of wood, stumps like thrown around with like bits of fabric ripped and torn, and some of them fairly colorful fabrics just kind of strewn about. Really not sure what happened in here, but it's just kind of a mess all over the place. Looks like there was another maybe table set up in here that got knocked over. Stones and the tabletop are laying on the ground. It even looks like maybe on top of that table there were bolts of fabric.
Wow. This.
Any
Yeah,
tweed?
something happened in here.
No tweet.
This looks like my sister's room when she doesn't find anything in the right cut. Somebody was upset with an attempt to make something, or just not very organized.
Can I go around and gather all the same colored fabric and try to piece it together like a puzzle?
That would be a natural 20.
Yeah.
A total of
So,
26.
So as Adelaide starts to look through and Arthur starts to pick up certain things, she actually stops you, Arthur, and says, no, bring those three over here and this over here. And she starts to kind of tell people how to start reconstructing this room. She starts to pick up or have somebody pick up this stump that's on kind of attached to this metal pike. And as you get set up and kind of leaned against the wall, you realize it's kind of almost a large framework. And it looks like there might have been fabric kind of wrapped around it, and very dramatically, nothing is happening. Hold on. And the fabric, she says you start to pick up, and she starts to maybe pin it against this this thing, and there are pins on the ground. Well, they're actually nails, but they kind of look like pins. But their nails have been pushed into this stump in different places, and Adelaide starts to like replace them and put together, and you realize what it is. It looks like somebody was trying to make a dress, a very large dress, but failing miserably, and maybe somebody attacked, or maybe, as Adelaide said, they got very upset with their progress and threw a fit.
Yeah, so the dress is not very well made, or wasn't very well made when it was initially put together.
When it was first started put together, no. It looks like it's a very poor attempt by someone who's never made a dress before.
Now I'm just sort of depressed.
Right?
Give me just a...
Yeah.
Can Bonnie go up and very carefully start using mending to actually repair it so it gets fixed?
It was
Or
never
if it-
finished. You could
Okay.
fix the parts that were kind of put together, but it was never finished. So it was never actually sewn in most places. And you can't seem to find the sewing kit. The other problem is it's very thick, heavy fabric, and it looks like it was sewn with very thin thread, and it was very clunkily sewn. It was very poorly sewn.
I can't fix this. I wish I could.
Well,
Yeah.
maybe a pattern would help. If they had something to follow,
Yeah.
if they've never made something like this before.
Yeah.
It's like looking at a blueprint for a building. A bank specifically. Not that I've ever done it.
Of course not.
We can bring one back later.
Yeah.
Sure.
It's like putting together, a ship for sailing.
Is there a path past this room? DM.
No, it ends here.
Adelaide's gonna look around the room for any other, besides evidence of dressmaking, if there's anything else that's been done in this room or any other identifying evidence of who might have been here before.
Nothing you can see. No, it looks like this place was maybe cleaned pretty well before that. With your nat 20, it looks like everything that might have been here before was taken out. Even looks like maybe the dust had been swept up. There's piles of dust towards the entrance of this room. Like before they wanted to put fabric down, they wanted to clean everything. You're not sure what it was swept with. Wasn't done incredibly well, but there was an attempt made.
Yeah. This is a home kept with some effort, not a lair.
Well,
Yeah.
it might not even be a home. It might be a business. If they were trying to, dye fabrics and then create a dress of some sort. Maybe the last room will have additional clues as to what was going on here.
All right.
Could be.
Yeah. Let's
We'll
double
have to
back
go.
to the down rhyme.
Yeah.
Yeah, we head back out towards the other part of the other half of the fork, or our two options.
The last one is going down this steep incline, which means I'm going to need climb checks to make sure you don't slip and fall.
Should we go one at a time?
We can, if you'd like. I mean, is it wide enough for more than one person to?
Natural 20.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Bonnie just like sits on her foot and slides down it.
Show off.
14.
I also got
And
a
so-
natural 20.
Nice.
Whew. So this is an acrobatics check or
Climb checks. Athletics, I believe, is
Whoa.
climb.
athletics? Okay. Oh, that's good. An 18 total because I have a negative
Same.
1.
Nice.
10.
So Arthur struggles a little bit, slips a little, like has to catch himself a couple times, but just barely makes it down to the bottom. And this one goes on for a while. You think maybe 100, 120 feet. You've been walking along for several seconds now before it opens up into the first sort of little opening. And there's not a lot in this one. There's some strange markings on the wall, which you think they don't seem to be any language or anything. You think they might just be designed to denote which direction is which, as there are 4 different exits off of this path. and the best you can determine from the little pictograms is that that one of them seems to be danger, like don't go here, or maybe stop. The other three, they could mean anything. It would be like circle, triangle, square. You don't know what they are, but one of them kind of seems to denote like don't go here.
I think the picture of a skull with an X through the eyes is
Yeah, there you go.
a bit
That
of
one I
indicator.
understand.
Yeah, that's the only one I understand, though. So should we go down one of the other paths, or do we think the dangerous one is where the thing we're looking for is going to be?
Well, I say that we go down the ones that are not marked as dangerous first, and if we can't find anything, then we can press our luck.
That sounds like a good idea.
No whammy.
Excellent. Alrighty.
After you, Merrick.
All right. So Merrick will lead the way down one of the other paths.
Circle, triangle, or square?
What's the furthest one to the right?
The danger one.
Then the one that is next to the danger one.
Square. So circle, triangle, square, danger. All right.
Got
So you go through square. As you start to
Yeah.
head down this path with your light lit, I assume, you get to this sort of split, but you get the idea that it's not a fork. It's just kind of opening, but it feels like a fork because there's kind of stones in front of you or pillars in front of you. But the light seems to cascade through both sides, no matter which side you look at. And you look over, and there are kind of holes in between some of these walls. And you look up and you see there's art on the walls, painted like cave paintings. The seems to start to your left and kind of curve around to the right through a large kind of winding room. Most of them make very little sense to you. Different creatures, forest creatures, the trees, the hills around. There's one that's very particular. That's these hills that exist here from the perspective of this cave and looking out into the valley. And then a couple of them have large green creatures sort of denoted in them, and some are hunting, and they're very pictogram style. Eventually, though, one of them has that same sort of hilly pictogram, and it shows a small little square with a little triangle on top, way in the distance in between these two rows of hills. And then a little bit later, then it has that same picture, but there's several of the little boxes with triangles on top of them. And then later, there is this huge skyline of notable buildings that some of which still stand inside, including the castle, kind of in silhouette in this. So it's to know, it's kind of the history of the growth of the town from the perspective of whoever lives or used to live here. After a while, short while after that, the pictograms stop. It seems like there's no more that they have, although the very last one shows people size, little tiny black people, little silhouetted black humanoids throwing maybe spears or rocks at a large green creature as it runs. And that's the last thing that you've seen in all of this. There's still plenty of wall space to go from here, but it looks like nothing's been used. And you have no idea how old that is.
Well, that's
just makes me
unfortunate.
feel sad.
Same. Wrong voice. Same.
Is there any paint around? Or what was used to draw this?
No, nothing left.
I
Well.
wonder if they tried to make contact and, people saw a giant and freaked out and ran the other way.
Well,
Or attacked
considering
it.
the fact that nobody died in the attack, that they were laughing the entire time, Doesn't exactly sound threatening, even if they were dangerous.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm dangerous, but hardly threatening.
Yeah. Well, and I know what it's like to have someone that look at what you look like on the outside and assume certain things.
Like, you're green.
Yeah, like that.
She's red now with the pixie paint, but
Fair.
I almost
No.
forgot.
I got
I've
hit in the
forgotten.
face with black. She's got like black mascara smudge type stuff down her face.
I forgot it.
I have the puce, like,
What is it
yeah,
with
tear.
passive perception?
Passive.
Because it doesn't show.
9.
10.
16.
14.
13.
That's a spread. 16 and 14. And I didn't hear someone's, but 16 and
10.
14. Anyone around that. As you're looking around at this art and stuff, there's something strange about a couple of the walls near the end of the art. You're not exactly sure what, but it just feels a little off.
Something's weird here.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know what though. And she's gonna go start like running her hands over the wall.
As you start running your hands over the wall starts to flake off, almost as if somebody built up a layer of maybe clay or something over the wall, maybe to mask what's there.
Okay. She keeps rubbing at it.
As you guys start to rub off and remove the clay that's there, you uncover a hidden piece of art, something that was covered by someone.
Hmm.
And it shows the several green creatures, one who has this large beaded necklace and is holding a stick with a large series of beads on the stick, standing over two other green creatures. One of them looks like they may be pregnant. And in the next image, it shows the shaman, the creature that kind of looks like a shaman there, like he's doing something, like maybe casting a spell, some sort of ritual is involved. And after, the next image shows the green couple with a small humanoid child, a tiny child, able to fit in their hand. Which the very last image after uncovering this shows them, the child being left at the city.
Well, if that just doesn't pull at my heartstrings.
all of this does.
They were so afraid.
But it means, if I'm correct in my assumption, it means that some of them are still around, that the giants are still in existence, that they were able
least
to
one.
do this. Yep. At least one of them, yeah.
So they
Maybe
changed
that's-
themselves to fit in with the city.
Or at least the one. And maybe that's why. Remember the footprints that we saw? It almost looked like, if he's laughing, almost like a child. What if it's...
Possible. We don't exactly know how old these paintings are, though. It could very well be that
That's
this
true.
is from a long time ago.
Could be.
It certainly feels that way.
It just makes
Alright.
me sad.
That square done.
Same.
Are there any other patches on the walls that have the similar clay kind of texture to them? Okay.
Nope. That's the last one.
And that completes all the walls now, right?
There's still some walls that are empty, like there was room left for more history, but nothing is on them. There's no clay on them. They are blank.
Yeah.
Does the painting that we've uncovered, the one that has the shaman and the couple, is there other green creatures in the background, or is it just the three of them?
There are other green creatures in the background, like watching.
Hmm.
I mean, maybe they decided they needed to join the city for some reason. I can't think why else they would put their child into a completely different body.
Opportunity. If the animosity that the smaller figures had towards the larger green ones was continuing into more, into the time period of that last picture, then maybe they wanted to, bridge the gap, as it were.
Maybe. I wonder what happened to the kid.
What if the danger is us?
Sorry, what?
Mobs can be.
The dangerous path, what if it leads back to town?
Maybe.
It's not impossible.
That might be why there's no footprints leading out of or into the cave.
Yeah.
Hey, Logan, does the picture in the child look human, or is it depicted as a small giant, green and...
No, it was painted black like all the other humanoids, the non green creatures, non giants.
Do you suppose that someone from town mated, or this is some sort of mix?
Maybe.
So like a half giant.
Yes.
I mean, it's not impossible, but I mean, if we're supposed to assume that that's the mother and that's the father, and she points at the couple standing in front of the shaman, they both look like the green giants.
Well,
Right.
next room. See what there is to see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Triangle, I believe.
Are you gonna go down triangle next?
Sure.
So triangle, the middle road, not including the danger, it leads on for a very long time, and then it opens into a series of large caverns that seem to start to twist and turn. It could take you days to explore everything down here, but it definitely goes deeper. You don't think you're in the Underdark, having been there before. You don't think it went that far down, but it is definitely underneath the ground, deep underneath, and it could take you days to explore this area.
Come back to this one?
Yeah. It's maybe where the T-gauntlet is, but
Yeah.
let's come back.
We would need to do a bit more
Yeah.
preparation before venturing in a spelunking endeavor again.
Agreed.
All right.
So to the circle.
To circle.
It's a circle.
As you start to head down circle, you have 16 and 14 perceptions here at first. Heavy breathing, maybe snoring. After taking a good listen, after being asked to stop by Val and Bonnie, the rest of you start to hear it too. Very shallow, but you don't know how far away it is.
Should I douse my light?
Yes, please.
Right. So Merrick will extinguish his torch.
Do you want me to go ahead, Val? Take a peek, or do we want to back away slowly?
I mean, we need to know what's there, but I'm not stealthy, so me going down that pathway is a bad idea.
Okay, I can see in the dark, so I won't need any extra light.
All right, go ahead and holler out if you want us to come running.
Yeah.
If you hear me holler, something has gone very wrong. And Bonnie will very, very cautiously stealth ahead.
Give me a stealth check.
I will holler back, girl.
19.
Okay.
So yeah, Bonnie very cautiously moves ahead, one hand on her scimitar. Not her performer's sword, her scimitar. Just in case.
As
Oh,
you
no, the music's...
make your way down the hall, the cavern continues on, or excuse me, the cave, this tunnel continues on for a while, about 100 feet or so. And then the end of it, it opens into several smaller rooms. Each one seems to have stuff in it, what you would almost consider living quarters, but animal pelts on the ground, some sort of rudimentary table, similar to the ones you've seen before, but all of them except one are in disrepair. They're not even dusted or cleaned for the most part. The one at the very back that is still the largest, that is still everything looks good in there. Inside, on top of the pelts, you see sleeping a very large, huge green creature. Humanoid in nature. A troll or some other form of giant. Very fast asleep.
Can I tell if this troll is male or female? Get an idea of if it's might be the woman in the picture or the woman from up above that was trying to do the makeup and stuff.
This person is sleeping topless and does not have any breasts, so you might consider it male.
What? Do I see anything that resembles a mithril gauntlet while I'm walking through very cautiously?
Nothing like that.
Just
you enter
doing...
the room.
Yeah, I do.
Make me a dexterity check. Save.
Oh shit. $17.
Okay. You very easily see and step over the rudimentary string and bell trap that has been laced across the entrance there, and make your way into the room. There are, like I said, it's a fairly large room. There's what looks to be maybe made out of stone, what looks to be like maybe a chest It's got a wood top. It's not a table because the stones kind of build up on every side of it, and it's kind of it's askew a little, so you can see into it. It looks like there may be some clothing in there. This person's wearing rudimentary pants, but not very well crafted. Very similar to what you saw before.
She is not going to take anything. She just wanted to see if she saw what they were after in this room.
You do not.
Then she will very quietly leave the room and just check the other rooms really quickly to see if there's anything that looks like...
Everything there is old and dilapidated.
Yeah. I figured she just wanted to make sure that she did a thorough job because she'd hate to have been in the area where it was and come back empty-handed.
Sure.
So then she will stealth very quietly back to the group.
Okay, you make it back to the group.
One sleeping giant troll person at the very end of the hallway. Sorry. Nice.
Sorry, that was me being a jerk.
That's okay. So it's nothing of note down there. A couple other rooms that have been definitely trashed. One still intact, but he seems to be asleep. Just
Well.
rudimentary stuff.
We'll let him lie, then.
Yeah.
All right, so are we going to try to go back down the the triangle path, or are we going to try the danger path?
May as well try danger really quick.
This was the circle path.
Yeah, I corrected. I meant triangle.
Oh, I missed it. I'm sorry. Oh, yeah, triangle, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, danger path?
Danger path, yeah.
We'll relight the torch for danger path once
Yeah.
we get to that.
As you get around to the danger path, you light the torch, you start to head down. This is the longest one you've dealt with so far, and it does open into a couple of small caverns, but it's very easy to find your way across and through. You think you're fairly deep underground, and you think you're fairly deep underground. And you continue on, and you're walking for a very, very long time. It seems to be a fairly straight path, but it does go for a very long time. And you're pretty sure many of these parts of the caves were actually dug, and you can even see some areas where they've been reinforced with wood and other things that have kind of rotted in a lot of places. But it looks like it's a long cavern.
Did the direction, you said it was straight, so when we started going down, was it the direction that would be back to town?
Anybody have that ability to always know your direction or have a compass or anything like that on them?
I do not have a compass. I thought I might, but I don't.
A pocket watch that tells me what time it is wherever I want.
Then unfortunately you're not quite sure.
Yeah. Okay. I didn't think so.
Oh,
Does
what's
it
some
have a
thieves' tools?
Doesn't include a compass, I don't think.
Divining rod, maybe?
Do you guys have a wizard in your group?
Nope. We are a very...
Anybody who has spell components? Okay, so which one of you is the most intelligent?
Wow, what a question.
I have an arcane focus.
10?
Yeah, my character also has a 10.
Anybody have a higher than a 10?
Yes.
Adelaide, go ahead
I
and
have
roll
a
intelligence.
16.
I also have a 10.
Give me a survival check. Oh, thank you, Late Night Dungeon. That's actually, yes, exactly what we...
Wait, survival?
Yeah.
That's wisdom.
Sorry, it was going to be Arcana, but I changed it to Survival.
15.
Okay, now give me an Arcana check. Could do both. I could have done Survival with Intelligence, actually. Think about that.
24.
Okay. So Adelaide starts to ask for various things from Val and Bonnie from their kits. Starts to takes out a toothpick and a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Pours a little water, grabs a little soap, and makes a compass.
Just call me Adelaide MacGyver.
You just happen to have the cork there.
Cork. Yeah, well, Adelaide always has a cork.
There's one at the bottom of her bag or something.
I use soap, but that's okay. So in the end, you make a little compass and find out that yes, absolutely, you are heading basically directly back towards the town. You've been walking probably a quarter mile at this point, and it doesn't seem to be stopping. You guess this probably leads to outside of the town.
Is this a giant-sized tunnel?
It is a huge-sized tunnel. It looks like it was reinforced and designed to allow giant-sized creatures to walk through.
All right. Well,
Hello, Matthew.
My biggest question is, does the tunnel open up townside? Or is it in progress?
We could find out.
Again, the wood that's being used to reinforce it was rotting. It was made a long time ago.
Okay.
My question still stands.
Sure.
Whether or not it was whether or not it goes to the town or whether it was abandoned mid-construction.
If you want to continue walking to find out. It's not that much farther.
Yeah, might as well.
Yeah.
I think the valley was only a mile or so long, maybe it's maybe a mile and a half. So you guys continue on, and yeah, it seems to go for the full length of this, and it seems to be completed the whole way. As you get to the end, the opening at the end seems to be fairly narrow for what you would hope to see at the end of something like this. It kind of goes straight up. You can see a little sky, but it looks like it's obscured, like there's something covering it, or a lot of small somethings covering it.
How high up are we talking for that
15,
opening?
20 feet, maybe 30 feet total.
I could give it a go. Adelaide
There's
has
a wall to climb up. So
Adelaide has a jump rope.
Need a boost?
I don't know what that means.
No, actually.
Oh, that's right.
I have a magical rope that will boing
Okay.
20 feet up. So
That's true. So yeah, okay, you pull out your magical rope and you pogo stick on it.
I'll
up
be
to the
right
ground.
back.
Is that what happens?
Boing. That was how it was described to me, was that it boinged
So
up.
you become Tigger for a moment, and it coils up and springs you up, and you grab onto the edge. As you start to pull yourself up, there's this large bush that is kind of surrounding this. Looks like it's grown right around this opening. And it's got some damage to the bottom of it. Looks like something's come through here recently. But as you crawl up through, it's a little easier for you, but it looks like this very large, thick bush that whoever would come through here protects this part of the cave. No one's ever bothered looking in this bush. As you emerge from the bush itself, you are literally outside of Del Monte Farms.
Okay, okay. We're back at the farm.
Really?
What?
Right, Del Monte Farms.
Adelaide will drop the rope down, tell them the command word, and then crawl the rest of the way up out of the hole.
Well, that explains that.
Yeah, it does.
I don't think that we should be telling the farmer about this anytime soon.
No, I don't think so either.
At least not until we can get back down there and make use of the tunnels and explore. Seems to be a straight shot.
Yeah, we should probably go get Francis so he's not out stuck in the middle of the woods.
Oh, right. He's right in front of the cave.
Yeah.
We could talk. We could walk
Right.
topside.
I could send to him.
Fair.
You could?
Clarification, Logan. Did you say that the tunnel ended here, or that there was just an opening in the ceiling here?
This is it. It ends
Okay.
here.
Okay. Yeah, Bonnie, you could just have him meet us back at the farm here.
All right.
We're probably done for the day. We could meet him tomorrow after we get some supplies and go down the triangle.
I don't even know that
Fair
we
enough.
would need his assistance now. We should
Well,
make
just-
sure he gets paid for the day, though.
Yeah, it's politely, so he's not waiting.
Bonnie will send to Francis. Hi, Francis. We actually found a connecting. We found a way back to town. If you want to meet us at Del Monte Farms, we're happy to pay you for your day's services.
Oh, okay. I'll be there in a few minutes.
Okay, thanks. He'll be here in a minute. Or two. I mean, it'll take a
Thanks,
little
since you
bit.
sent again. So
Yeah, I wouldn't have been able to. Sorry, it's reflex. So yeah.
thank you for the host.
All right, so I mean, I'm sort of getting a picture here, but there's not really much in terms of motivation to be told
Well,
of why.
There's more than
Yes.
one, right? There's the laughing, probably half giant. There's an adult that was sleeping.
Yeah, and we don't know if the laughing one is the half giant or what exactly the magic did besides make them look like a human for a while. Or, well, probably like a human.
Right.
I just feel bad that they felt that they had no choice but to change their baby.
Well, they probably had a choice, but that was the choice they made.
Maybe we should ask, what's his name? I don't remember the owner's name. Maybe we
Del
should ask
Monte.
him. Nah, I mean his first name.
Dole. I remember acutely.
Oh, that hurts me.
And he carries a whip.
He carries a whip.
Mm.
Give yourself a moment,
Okay.
Heather.
Maybe we should
I
ask.
love that Heather discovering things she blocked.
Maybe we should ask Dole if there was ever a child left here.
That's a good idea.
We should move away from the bush in the hole.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Logan, am I remembering this
Hole in the
correctly?
bush,
That
in the valley, in the oh no, sorry.
and
What?
the giant and the and the giant in the cave.
The giant in the
Sorry,
cave, in the hole, in the
continue.
valley, in the...
Am I remembering correctly that when we first journeyed out here and we were following the footprints, that the
Footprints were going the
footprints
other way.
they were going
They went into town.
into town, but they transitioned
Correct.
from giant to like a medium-sized creature size.
Correct.
Okay. So I suppose the question, a question is, does this person voluntarily change their size? Or is it like a werewolf thing?
What's a werewolf?
You're very glad you don't know, Merrick. Don't.
Is it when you put on a wolf?
Like a wolf cloak.
But alive and very feral.
You
Sounds
shouldn't
dangerous.
wear a wolf that's alive. I mean, that sounds like a bad plan.
I mean, it'd be worn.
It's like a ferret, Merrick. Except
In heat,
Right, okay.
on your back.
except it.
Beside the point. It's fine.
Yeah.
We'll circle back to that.
Right. Yeah. I'll explain.
All right, so ask Dole some questions, wait for Francis to pay him. That's our plan, yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
Sounds
Sounds
fair to
good.
me.
All right. So you guys head back over towards the farm, and you're not sure if he's just always looking outside or what, but Dole comes out as you're approaching, Kind of puts his hands through his belt loops and kind of smirks at you.
Did it seem like he'd been watching us since we emerged from the bush?
No,
Okay.
probably a coincidence.
Okay.
Trying to save the whole knocking and opening the door thing.
Sure. fair.
So he kind of just looks over y'all and, what do you want?
Well, we
Real articulate, ain't you?
Typically.
We're processing some things right now. Excuse us.
We had a lot of acidic fruits earlier. It's,
sorry, Tessa's brain just went boink.
It's all right. Well, we have a couple questions for you. Was there ever a child left here at the farm? Maybe parents abandoned the poor. I was trying to be a little more reasonable about it.
Gifted.
Had to give up the child for whatever reasons, and it was left here?
Like in the past.
I hate it.
Not in the last week.
Grandpappy used to talk about a child was left here.
Really? What became of the child?
Given to some hoity-toity in the town.
Do
did
you...
this hoity-toity have a name?
I would speckon so.
Do you know it?
Nope.
Is your grandpappy still alive?
It was my great-grandpappy. And
Oh.
no.
Did your great-grandpappy keep any ledgers of any sort? Of... A funny thing happened on the farm today.
An almanac,
Yeah, see, my
if you will.
great-grandpappy had a diary.
Yeah.
The Tales of Lake Dolbagon.
It could have been a journal.
I was gonna say a farmer's almanac, but that was way better.
Both of them are perfect.
Thank you, Resma. I'm claiming credit for the 30 copper.
Yeah, you should. You should absolutely claim that 30 copper.
As you reach down to pick up the copper on the ground, he's like, all yours, tain't worth my time.
You know you can convert it to higher currency, right? It could be worth your time. She still sort of shoves it in her pocket.
Do you know if anyone in town would know what family took in the kid?
Nope. Got us a fancy town hall, though. They might keep the records.
Ah, fair enough.
And if it's a hoity-toity family, there might be social records of that, or at least a social memory of that.
Yep.
Thank you, Dole. That's very, you've been incredibly helpful. I appreciate your time.
Enjoying my pineapples?
They were tasty.
They're very tasty, yes. Thank you.
Your land is
Good.
very picturesque.
Except for that scar through it.
Well, hopefully we'll be able to figure out where this giant is coming from. Haven't had much luck yet, but we'll keep an eye out.
Time heals all wounds.
So does erosion.
Labor heals all wounds.
Well, labor's going to heal that one.
Well, if we don't have any other questions, Adelaide glances at everyone.
Nope, we just gotta wait for
Francis.
I do have a question.
Don't want y'all to feel obligated or nothing. All those pineapples you eat.
You
If you
gave
want
those to us
help.
because they were going to rot on the ground.
Well, I said don't feel obligated. But if you want to help out, you can come back tomorrow morning. We'll be fixing it up.
Oh, yes.
Ah,
Good to know.
we,
If
we were planning on coming back tomorrow morning. Yeah.
Excellent.
what do you do with all the pineapple? You personally, I know that you sell them, but do you partake of your own crop, and what do you use it for?
Eat
Not
it.
a lot of ice cream, son. All
just
right.
whole, or do you do anything interesting with them? Like, I've seen preserves or
Grill 'em.
cake. Oh,
Mm.
Grilled is good.
Have you ever tried
Wood fired?
sprinkling a little salt on them before you eat them? It's really tasty.
Yep.
Delightful and enlightening.
Upside down cake.
that's what I was going to say.
Mm.
This
My mom
is-
used to call that better than sex cake.
Mostly, I just like to keep the missus happy.
Cake.
Exactly.
And then everybody just
Bonnie
sort
just
of
grins. Yeah. I
silently nods, just looking around.
Where's Francis?
Her grandpappy died of scurvy. So I keep her happy by making sure I never have scurvy.
it's very important.
Gotcha.
Eat a lot of pineapple then.
Every day. 3 meals.
Only pineapple? I hope not.
It'd go right through you.
Make
From a
sure
macronutrient
I make sure I
perspective,
never
that's
get
not
blocked
ideal.
up.
It's important we
Have
have a
you
friend
ever-
who has the opposite.
Yeah, have you ever met Ig?
Nope.
It's a delicate balance between the trifecta of pineapple, cheese, and coffee.
Hmm.
It's my 3 food groups.
What about chocolate?
Oh, and chocolate.
I suggest we wait over there for Francis.
You mean by where that
Sure.
gold is shining in the grass?
Oh yeah, right over there. Let's go get that. We'll be back tomorrow, Dole, to help you with the scar.
Great. See you then.
Thank you so much. You have yourself a good day.
You too.
I wonder if the chef will let me make some better than sex cake with this pineapple.
You could ask.
Why do people keep leaving coins? I mean, you'd think in this economy people would be a little more
I was
pitiful.
keeping those in my boot.
I was gonna say, Buddy already grabbed that gold, so
I'm putting it in the party fund. I've been keeping track of party fund. Don't worry.
I don't
And
know.
we...
I mean, if all the tailors in town are getting, attacked by those painted pixie things, maybe people just suffer with a whole lot of holes in their pockets.
Maybe. But I mean, mending could fix that so easily. All you need is a thread and a needle and, a few minutes of time. Or someone who can cast a spell.
So has the glowing golden question mark appeared out in the field yet?
Caw-caw! Caw-caw!
yes.
Hey, it's Xanathar. Look, he's coming.
Sorry, I forgot we were waiting for.
Caw-caw.
you!
So the so Xanthar and Francis show up. You pay him, and he says thank you.
Awesome.
End of transaction.
Glad we waited for that. What? See you,
Is there something you need of him? Something you need to ask him or talk to him about?
We need a receipt.
For our... We don't get reimbursed unless we keep our receipts for payments that
I'm pretty
we've...
sure you've been finding copper and gold all over the place. I don't know.
That's our per diem.
Anything out of that?
You wouldn't believe the Birchfield red tape to do this.
I don't understand.
Francis, I do have a question. You've been a ranger for how long in the valley?
A while.
All right. Have you heard tale of a child that was left at the farm? Would have been
An animal child?
no, no,
humanoid
it's been
child.
No.
human-ish.
No, nothing like that.
Perfect.
An animal child would be a kid.
It's true. Or a kit.
Or a guppy. Not for long.
Yeah, not for long.
Right. To the town hall then.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks, Francis.
Thank
See you later, Xanathar.
Bye.
Caw.
Keep up your studies, both of you.
Stay in school.
So we head back to town towards.
So you
guys
have
think
dungeon
that's-
detention.
That's where Emmett's been on WAD radio. Dungeon detention. So you head back into town. It is mid-afternoon, so the town hall should still be open. You head over there. Anything else you're doing before that?
No, I don't.
My
think so.
curiosity is sort of getting the better of me, so I'm interested in heading to the town hall.
Yeah.
Okay.
Merrick will go shopping for whatever they might need as far as a spelunking standpoint is concerned. Meet up at the hotel later, or the inn, the tavern,
Yeah.
the Dragon's
Sounds
Bollocks.
I
Sounds
have
like a plan.
climbing gear and stuff for myself.
I did, but I don't now. So
Right.
I'll be obtaining some for
Yeah.
myself and for
Please.
sure.
Yeah, I should probably get one too. I'll pay you back though, or I can give it to you now if you know what the cost is.
Nope. Sounds good.
And food.
I'll get receipt.
Food. Yeah.
Bonnie,
Yeah,
I'll
we'll-
give Merrick some gold here to help with cost.
Yeah, we'll need some rations.
Sure. I will be at the hotel, the inn, tavern. Anyway,
It's all right.
fully prepped for our endeavors.
Thank you.
Sounds good.
Maybe you could get another bagged lunch.
It's a bit of a trek.
I
can definitely look for food that will
it's
keep.
like another town over. I apologize. I would.
Val hands you 5 gold for some more rations.
Perfect.
All right.
And he'll go shop.
Meet you back there.
All right, so to town hall to go snooping in social genealogy records.
Yep. Maybe I should have gone shopping with Merrick.
Probably.
I'm guessing 30 to 40 years ago. Given was it his grand or
Well,
his
he
great?
said it was great grandpappy. So we probably need to go back further
Closer to
than that.
60. Yeah.
Merrick, stop running so hard. You're gonna kill.
So you guys make it to the
The
Town
town
City
hall.
hall.
you walk inside and there is a clerk behind the desk. What does the clerk look like?
Can it be Ig's like cousin?
It's just one of those that's always the same type of person whenever you're
It's
dealing
Ig with a mustache
with
and a monocle.
monocle and a mustache.
Yeah. Yeah.
A little bit younger
A
Ig.
little bit younger Ig. Okay, I think I can do that. Not as many issues. Got it.
Not as much blockages.
Not as many blockages. Got it. It's one big blockage. Okay, so you open the door and you walk in and this dwarven, middle-aged to a little bit older dwarven male dwarven man is behind the desk. He's got a sort of trimmed beard and braided hair, and he looks over. Can I help you?
Yes. No, go ahead, Adelaide.
Oh no, it's fine. You're better at talking than I am. I'll coach you if I have any suggestions.
All right, thanks. We were looking into a little bit of town history and came across an interesting fact, and we were hoping to learn a little bit more
I
about
can
it.
help you with anything. I'm Facts and Records.
Oh, excellent. It seems a few generations back, there was a child that was left at Del Monte Farm and given to a family here in the main
Slow
part of
down.
town.
I can't understand a word you're saying. You're speaking so quickly. What's your name again?
Oh, my name is Bonnie.
All right, Bonnie. And you're looking for records from how long ago?
Oh, let's see here. At least several generations. So at least at least 3 generations ago. Human generations. I believe Dole Del Monte said it was his great grandfather who had seen the child. So, probably 60-ish years ago.
All right. Let me see what I can find.
Thank
You're
you.
looking for records of adopted children.
Yes.
We have a lot of those. He'll get up and start going to some filing cabinets.
It would have been
some scroll
a
cabinets.
well-to-do family.
Yes, quite a lot of those in town.
The child was left outside Del Monte Farms, if that helps.
Not really. It would have been taken to one of the orphanages and then adopted from there.
I was under the impression that potentially it was a direct adoption, but maybe I misheard him.
If it was a direct adoption, the records would still be here through one of the orphanages.
All right.
The child may not have actually gone to the orphanage. It may have gone directly into care.
We'll wait here then.
I'm right here.
Are you related to Ig in Ashport by any chance?
He's my cousin, yes. Yes.
I
I'm
can-
Tar.
Nice to meet you, Mr. Nation.
I can see the family resemblance.
Yes. I get a letter once a month.
I'm sorry. We got a description of the coins we found this time.
Oh, yeah?
Yes.
20, 30. Yeah, so another 30 copper. Very old coins with a simple design with a war hammer on one side and an anvil with a crown on top of it on the other. Very nice. Man, that take a copper, leave a copper thing, they really lean into that. So, we wait.
Is he still just standing behind the counter?
No, he went over to some
Okay.
scrolls and started to sort through them. A few minutes later, oh, here we go. Yes, the Whisk family, it looks like. Child left at the Del Monte Farms. The child was quickly adopted by the Whisk family, one of the richest families in town.
Is there any record of which member of the Whisk family the adoption's referring to?
Or the name of the child, perhaps?
Diglett. They named it Diglett.
And how far back? How long ago was this?
Oh, 70, 80 years now.
Oh. Well, hopefully Diglett's still with us.
Nope. Death certificate right here. Died 15 years ago.
Was Diglett married? Did they have children?
Yes. Yes, Diglett did marry.
2.
Oh, I have to look that up.
That'll be over in
A little while later, it comes
genealogy.
back. It looks like they married their cousin. Not uncommon around here.
Well, an adopted, so that's not
It's
as
an
big a
adopted
deal.
cousin. It's all right. They barely met. Didn't have to change her name, so that's nice.
Well, did Diglett and wife have any children?
Yes. Hold on.
Probably the most work you've done in a while.
It really is.
Sorry to bother.
We'll make sure to fill out one of the comment cards with only good things.
Mm-hmm.
And to say hello to Ig for you.
We'll make sure that the Birchfield Institute knows how helpful you've been, and make sure that your office here is earmarked as a useful source of information from a reliable employee.
We'll have him write more than once a month.
Yes. They're. Oh, yes, of course. They had a son, Filson.
Filson Whisk?
Duke Filson Whisk. Yes.
Duke. Oh. All right.
Okay.
Right.
Love you guys.
Oh, man. Only a duke, though, not a king.
No, we don't have a king in this area. Only a duke.
All right.
Logan, Susan, the lesser and greater were duchesses, yes, if I remember? Or
Yes, that's correct. I mean, yes, that's correct.
God.
We never knew their last name, did we?
We did.
No, you didn't.
No, we didn't.
Do you know who Susan the Greater and Lesser are?
Of course, everyone knows who they are.
What family do they belong to? We never caught their surname.
They're Filson's children.
Oh, well. Thank you so much, Mr. Is it Nacious or?
Yes, Tarnacious.
Thank you so much.
That one makes me laugh.
It's a good one. All right. Adelaide turns to the three that are here with a well fuck sort of expression.
Yeah. Well,
This has been
Fennec, if it's taken you this long to figure out what I was
There.
doing, you haven't been paying attention.
it kind of leads down a dead end, though. I mean, they're the ones wanting us to find it, so.
Well, they're the ones wanting us to find the gauntlet.
Right.
But I mean, the giant situation is separate, but apparently interconnected.
Right.
indeed. Well,
Thank you for your time, Tar. We really appreciate it.
yes, you've
Sure.
been incredibly
Would you mind
helpful.
taking something to my cousin?
Not at all.
Sure.
1 second. And he pulls out a small vial and hands
Is
it to
it
you.
bismuth? Pepto-Bismol.
I'll take it to him.
Thank you.
Any message you want us to convey when we do?
Tell him I said hello.
Very personal.
Perfect.
No problem.
It's been a pleasure. And Adelaide will reach out to shake Tar's hand.
He'll shake it.
Thank you, Tar. All right.
To the inn in Merrick.
To the inn.
Yep.
I'm gonna see if they're gonna let me make some cake.
With Merrick.
What?
Oh, I don't know.
This
I
just
mean-
occurred to me, but if the Duke is the one who's descended from the giants, it could have been either him or one of the Susans that covered up the original mural. They wouldn't want anyone to find that out, probably.
Maybe.
Potentially. Or it was done in protection of the child.
That had been my assumption, was perhaps it was covered by the people who had made it, that it was a private matter and protects the child they were trying to hide in the first place. Don't know why you'd want to still commemorate it for
Yeah.
posterity for yourself. Like having old baby pictures or something.
Yeah.
All things to think of.
Next question. Do we think it was Susan the Greater or Susan the Lesser trying to make herself a dress and failing horribly?
Ooh.
I don't know who all we're dealing with in this situation.
I didn't necessarily think they were down there.
But it's not outside the realm of possibility. You have a pair of young women who there's no way they know how to make a dress.
Yeah.
And
that's true.
every chance that they would throw a tantrum if they were incapable of doing it.
Yeah.
Well, I can only speak for the lesser.
Well, let's go have cake.
Sure.
All right.
Return to the dragon's bollocks to
The left one.
reconvene with Mary. The left one.
All right.
It's the left entrance.
Merrick, what have you been doing during this time? Anything you want to talk about, or just going shopping, or what?
Going shopping, so he bought several vials to replace the ones that he took from Adelaide. 4 Dungeoneers packs, if possible, as it's slightly different from a climbing kit, but it does contain climbing devices. What?
I realize I already have one. That was one of my starting.
You've got an
points.
extra.
Okay.
In case Francis wants to come down with us. Who knows? So one for each of y'all there. And he also wanted to stop by a music store.
Okay, sure. They have all of that here.
Okay, cool. Yep, and then he heads back to the hotel or the tavern to meet with the group. Nothing crazy.
Okay. All right, so you guys meet up. Bonnie is working on baking a cake. They absolutely let you do that. I mean, you asked the bartender. He went, "Yeah."
Woohoo! I'm making better than sex cake. Which, for anyone who
Why
doesn't know,
did you-
is really just another name for pineapple upside down.
Why haven't you made that for me?
This is-
Pineapple is one of my favorite things. You've never made pineapple upside down cake for me. So.
Oh, I didn't know you wanted me to.
Pineapple is
Now you know.
my favorite thing.
I've made you plenty of choice latte cakes.
Oh,
Yes, which are good.
Okay, all right.
But pineapple
which
upside
are
down cake.
good. Oh.
The problem is that she's made them based on a couple of recipes she found online, I believe.
Yeah.
Versus the first time I ever had it was a handed down generational made by immigrant Mexicans in their restaurant. And it was like the most amazing thing I'd ever had in my life.
I can't compete
Unfortunately,
with
it just
that with
doesn't
the Google
compete.
recipe.
It just doesn't compete. I appreciate the effort and I love her to death for it, but it does not compare, unfortunately. Just like no other chocolate chip ever compares to Tessa's. Not a single chocolate chip in the world can compare to Tessa's chocolate chips.
Anyway, so pineapple upside down cake in our fantasy world.
Anybody else
Yes.
hungry? All right.
I can't tell. Are you?
I'm always hungry.
We know, Arthur.
So that's a 29 on my performance check to bake this cake, by the way.
So you look really good making the cake. Okay, now roll the skill you actually need to make the cake.
And Bonnie from TV.
Bonnie from TV.
God.
What would it be? I'm sorry. I thought it was performance to. I don't know.
I don't know. I was just joking.
It's probably baker's tools. So you just roll a normal wisdom, intelligence. I don't know.
Well, baking is a science,
Yeah.
so I would say it's intelligence.
Great.
Cooking's wisdom, and
Natural 20.
please tell me.
Natural 20.
Oh my god,
Nice.
that's what you want to roll it on.
Yep.
So you
Bacon and cake.
You make an amazing
Natural
upside down.
Better than sex cake.
Pineapple upside down cake.
This is the best thing I've ever eaten. Thank you.
It's pretty tasty.
Yeah.
This is really
What is
good.
it? I see you're not eating. I go up to the bartender, the mop, and I see you're not eating yours. Mind if I have it?
Yeah.
Yeah, he minds.
He does.
Um,
Yeah.
Best leave it, Arthur.
I'm going to take that. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. I eat the
That's
mop's
the right way.
piece of cake.
Perfect.
I eat the mop's piece of cake.
Take the cheese and sick bay.
Well, here's everyone's supplies. So you can add a Dungeoneer's pack, and it will automatically distribute all of the contents of that pack into your inventory sheet. I don't know why I
Thanks,
said
Matt.
that in character.
How
Thank
much
you.
do we owe
Why
you?
not?
Oh,
How
they
much do
were
we owe you?
12 gold each, so we just give me next time. It's fine. It's fine. We've been finding all sorts of gold and copper around anyway, so I'll get reimbursed by the Birchfield. How about that? I'll save the receipt.
All right.
If you're sure.
Oh,
Does-
Bonnie, I did pick up something extra for you.
Oh,
Noticed that you've been playing your violin a lot, so I was hoping that this would be of use. And so he slides across a small wooden, it's like a little rectangular wooden box, about 1 inch on each side and about 3 inches long.
Oh.
And do you open it?
mm-hmm.
Inside is a golden, like, hard plastic substance of some sort, which of course you would recognize as bow rosin.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I was
Just-
running low. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I like hearing you play.
Oh,
Means
who
Merrick
doesn't?
wants to rub all over you.
No, see, this increases friction, and
Adelaide, did you mean to say that out loud, Adelaide?
I meant to say that as Angela, but it's hard to change my voice.
dear world Anvil heroes, I said the most embarrassing thing in my party.
I mean, I did post in Heroes, I eat the mop's piece of cake, and it's quoted by Arthur Dunbar. It's personally my favorite thing about Heroes, is being able to put out of context quotes, and it ends up in big
Heck
text.
yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
I love out of context quotes for games. So
right.
Bonnie passes Merrick over a slightly larger piece of cake maybe after that, and proceeds to rosin up her bow and start playing.
Oh, I see how
What
it
you
is.
say this cake was called? It's good.
My mom calls it better than sex cake.
Okay.
I'm sorry for your father.
The cake that satisfies in a way no man ever.
I mean, it's good cake, but don't get me wrong. And she just keeps playing.
All right. So you guys finish up, sounds like for the evening,
I'm done for the night, yeah.
and then head to bed
Yes.
and wake up the next morning.
Bonnie will.
Did anybody worship Mary?
Bonnie goes and lays down in her bedroll on the floor of Merrick's room,
Okay.
unless she is invited elsewhere.
He's already set up his bedroll
And-
on the floor. And
Oh,
he's-
so they just both sleep on the floor?
no,
It's like a
he's
slumber party. I love it.
he's offering the bed.
No, you
Neith-
take it. No, you
Neither of them
no,
take the
no,
bed.
you take
It's
it.
just out of sheer stubbornness.
It's fine. You can.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of, Val makes Adelaide take the bed since she woke up with a sore back.
You yes and one time, and all of a sudden you're anti-mattress.
So, what are you thinking about?
No, what are you thinking about?
The walls are really
God.
thin, guys.
You guys,
Cut it out.
you guys are gross.
I'd say get a room, but you know.
literally have one.
Go one room down and get that room.
The room.
Yeah.
I imagine,
Wait.
honestly, they just stay up and talk for a while.
Sure.
Trying to sleep.
So the next morning, who's up first?
Sorry, I just read Matthew's
Oh.
comment.
I'll be at
Get a
first.
room in the other bollock. It is weird how it's two dome shapes as part of this.
They did the inflatable building where they just basically inflate this giant thing and then cover it with concrete on the inside and outside.
I'll be up first.
That had a
Okay.
point, but
All right, Arthur. So you head on downstairs, I
Yep.
assume. You get some
Coffee.
and you hear as you come down the stairs before you enter into the little tiny sort of sitting area with the bar and the maybe 3 tables in there just for the guests here. It's not actually a full tavern, just an inn. Out here, like I don't really care how late it is or early. You need to wake them up and get them down here like right now. They're like taking forever. Like they're supposed to have my glove already, and I'm just like, I can't do this anymore. It's just taking too long. Like Daddy said I could have this like now.
I hear that voice. I turn around and I head right back upstairs. Nope.
Arthur, I thought you were going downstairs.
Hold on. Now you make it.
Our lesser friend is downstairs demanding the glove.
Adelaide glances at the window for a moment.
Yeah.
It's like it's only 3 stories. I can survive that.
Can I just
I have rope.
can I just quit? Can I just
Mhm.
quit Birchfield? Can I just do that?
you'll regret it.
For like
You said the walls were thin.
get your own wall.
Get your own bollock.
Fucking hey, dude, I'm not gonna tell anyone.
What does she want?
She wants the glove.
We
That's
don't
all
have it yet.
I just turned around. I couldn't. It's too early. I have a.
I have a
Too
solution.
early. It's too early in the century for me to deal with that woman again.
Yeah. So I need
And
support.
I'm using that term very graciously.
Val
Again?
support Adelaide.
I'm looking out the window.
Val's down. Val's like, no, I
All
can
right.
definitely
She's-
make that. There's a
let's do it.
there's
She's
a
looking
haystack
up
under
from the
there.
street. What are you waiting for?
Let's do it.
Yeah, Val's already across the street.
I put my rope and my climbing gear and stuff out the window. Start climbing down.
So
Oh, we're doing this.
Merrick has not interacted with Susan the Lesser yet, like
Okay.
at all. So
Arthur, wait,
Uh-huh.
wait. And Adelaide will go next door to the room next door,
Oh, Adelaide is the
And
active
knock.
one.
knock very politely.
Yep,
Are you both decent?
of course.
Yeah,
All right. Can I come in?
of course.
Yes, of course.
Adelaide will come in. Our employer, Susan the Lesser, is downstairs. I'm in the middle of something right now. Could you please see what she wants?
How am I
I don't
approaching this?
She is particular about her needs and is very open with constructive criticism, and she's awful. I couldn't do it. She's awful.
So
Perfect.
Okay. Oh,
Have you ever met a teenage girl, Merrick?
Several.
She's worse.
technically.
All right. Merrick is going to head downstairs.
My statement's still fact. She's worse than Bonnie.
This is true.
Scabby Rooster. Hello. All right, so you head on down the stairs. You don't hear anything anymore. At the front door, just outside, you see a large, beautiful carriage, one of the most beautiful you've ever seen. Standing at that carriage is this tall, well-dressed woman. She's kind of a blondish human, and she's just kind of leaning, looks kind of bored. She's got her arms crossed a little bit and seems to be waiting.
Merrick will open the door and saunter out.
Oh my god.
Oh,
You see two footmen off to one side and a rear footman behind the carriage, all kind of standing around, also not necessarily looking bored, but looking like apprehensive. And they see you coming out, and they're just like, they just kind of, to go to attention, look more formal as you do. But the woman does not stop leaning against the carriage.
Oh, you must be Susan. Lady Susan.
I think you want to speak with my sister.
Ah. Yes then. Could you please show me to her?
She's inside looking for you, I believe.
Perfect. Then I will head back inside so that I may meet with. Oh, thank you.
As you head inside, you didn't realize, but as you walk past the, since you made such a beeline for the door, you walk past the inn part, the little bar they have there. It's kind of tucked away, and you see that this younger, very similar looking blonde girl in a nice greenish blue dress, sitting drinking what looks like it might be some sort of milk concoction, is very grumpy looking, impatiently drumming her fingernails on the tabletop.
You must be Lady Susan.
I mean, I guess.
Are you not sure? Are you not?
I mean, it really depends who's asking, and I don't recognize you like at all. And like, if I was like Susan, I might be kidnapped or something because you look kind of skeezy.
My appearance is due to my travels to the city. There was some unfortunate unicorn
Travel through
on.
dirt.
I bathe, madam. I take pride in my personal hygiene.
You might want to get a little closer to the water next time.
I see your reputation precedes you.
I really don't know what that means, but like, can you help me or not?
It means your sister is far more beautiful than you.
Yeah, I get that a lot.
I don't like this
Not
nagging
often
battle
enough,
that's happening.
obviously.
About.
She must be stealing what you're getting more often than what you act.
Yeah, I hear she uses like magic makeup and stuff, so it's like not really fair to compare. I don't really wear makeup at all. I really like
Oh.
kind of hate it.
Does she? I've heard of certain types of magical makeup that smell of perhaps a rose water. Is this familiar?
Are you like with that group up there or not?
I'm with a group, of course.
Are you
One
the ones
does
that,
not
that I
trouble.
hired to like get my glove?
Your
Like,
glove?
yes, my glove. Daddy said that it was my glove. I can have it. So like,
Oh.
if you're here to help me get it, great. If not, then go away. Cause ew.
I was informed that it was for Lady Susan the Great.
Then you're an idiot, I guess.
How would I be responsible for the information that I was given?
Well, considering it was the Birchfield that would have given it to you, I guess they're responsible. You can go bitch at them.
I do not.
Fine.
I beg to
I
differ.
was just going by what you look like.
Why have you come to this establishment?
Because I don't have my glove yet, and I would really like my glove like yesterday. Like Daddy promised that like the Birchfield was going to send their best, and like that it should be done in like a day at the most. Like
Well-
you'd have all sorts of magics that could find the glove, and you'd have it like within hours. Yet
It
here
appears-
I am a day later with no glove.
It appears
At
that
all.
What's that you're drinking?
I don't really know, but it's got like milk and some like ice cream in it, and it's like the guy shook it a little.
It's delightful. But you know what it could use? A bit of decoration.
I'd really like do not want you touching anything of mine. Like seriously, I don't want you to come anywhere near me. Like if you stepped one step closer, I'd probably gag all over.
That would be a sight to behold. Your nanny must be cleaning up after every one of your meals.
Like I have like a series of servers that clean up after me everywhere I go. Like there's 3 of them outside like right now. Like if I like took this and poured it all over the ground, they'd be here in here like 2 seconds. Yeah, it's great being rich.
I'm sure.
Yeah,
Logan,
maybe someday you'll be able to like picture and dream about it.
Can
Yes.
we do a really quick
Sure. You wanna do a side cut to
Val,
them?
followed by Adelaide, are definitely
And-
climbing
And
out the window.
Arthur. We're all climbing out the window.
Arthur was already down.
So Merrick is sitting here talking to her, and the window behind her, you can see Arthur, Val, and Adelaide climbing down like they're freaking Batman from the freaking 70s, climbing down the
Like Batman running away from a teenage girl.
If so, Merritt can see us.
His only weakness. Yeah, Merrick can definitely see you guys.
We would have invited Bonnie to come with us. We wouldn't
No,
have
sure.
left her
I
there.
just didn't hear if Bonnie went or not.
Sure.
Best Bonnie.
Bonnie will go down, but she like winks at Merrick and waves and like, "You're doing great." And then
Are you hallucinating? What the hell are you doing?
I was attempting to make a point, but I see that I am no longer needed, so if you do not mind, I will remove myself from your presence, because I've had quite enough of it. Good day.
Finally, God. It's all I've ever wanted in my entire life is for you to go away.
Your wish is my command.
Now I think you're finally getting it. Jeez. Bring me my glove.
It's going to be a bit dirty, so we might need to clean it before we put it in front of your eminence.
I have people that'll clean it for me. Thanks.
But can these people be trusted?
A lot more than you can, skis.
Then I'm sure you haven't heard the rumors. That's fine. Good.
Give me a persuasion check.
Oh my god. Please, Kyle.
That's a natural one.
I was happy either way.
Either one is great.
So she says, "Oh, just like you, yeah, your type always gossips. Ugh, please go."
I can't help it. It's like a drug.
You probably do drugs too. Oh,
Several of them.
Okay.
He was there to distract. Like that. His mission achieved.
Yeah.
Does Susan the Greater
right,
see
so
us
guys...
climbing down the window?
No,
Okay.
no, it's right around the corner. So no, they don't.
I would have bought the packs that
you guys
Merrick, yeah.
Yes,
Grab that
please,
stuff.
please.
Where are you heading?
Back to the cave for the triangle, right?
We need to go to the
tunnel?
farm.
Yeah.
Go to the farm and go down.
You guys head to the farm, and as you get to the farm, you see the farmer out there with a couple of farmhands, Dole, and a couple of farmhands working on fixing up the field, throwing away all the pineapples that are not going to be good anymore, and generally just taking some time to fix it up. If you all pitch in to help, it'll only take about half an hour, even Adelaide.
Yeah, Merrick helped with Susan. She's willing to help.
You could direct us, Adelaide, if you wish. We need somebody to...
I don't have a lot of experience in agricultural management, to be honest.
But you pick up a shovel and you shovel the shit in there.
But I've used a shovel before.
There you go.
It's an opportunity to look at the how the plants grow. Perhaps look at the root systems, or consider it an educational opportunity.
Sure. You dealt with Susan. Whatever you say.
She was delightful.
No, she wasn't.
I don't believe him.
Persuasion check, Merrick.
I very much don't believe him. Adelaide stares very hard at Merrick.
So,
because that's a verifiable fact that she is unemployed.
That is a 22.
I don't think it matters. PCs can always feel however they want to feel.
That's fine. Yeah, that's fine.
So after you finish up with the helping the farmer, he does pull you aside. He says, "I really appreciate all your help. Not a lot of city folk would take their time to help out someone like me, especially when it wasn't your fault."
It was the right thing to do.
Yeah, you're welcome.
My great-grandpappy did tell me that story a lot. Told my father that story. What I didn't tell you was that little child was left here by giants.
Really?
And they told my great-grandpappy, that it was a peace offering. Now, we didn't have nothing against the giants that lived here. They kept to themselves, we kept ourselves, but the city was not happy with it, evidently. And they went out and they killed them giants. My family kept that secret.
So they killed the giants after the baby was left?
They would have killed that baby had we told them.
That's awful.
It was very kind of you to take the child in.
Well, we didn't take it in, but we helped it find a good home. At least a
Kept
wealthy
it
home.
secret, yes.
But Grandpappy told me another story. Years later, there was talk of giants returning to this valley, but they weren't seen very often. Just occasionally. And that's persisted. And he kind of points to the ground, and it still persists. I don't know what that means. But smart folk like yourself seem like you're willing to help people. Maybe someone needs some help.
Yeah.
And he goes and pulls something out of his pocket. It is this large, sort of stoned and leather, but the leather looks kind of worn, like arced piece of stone. Like it's a curved piece of stone with just leather kind of wrapped around it. This was left with the baby. My family kept it. And he hands it to you.
So it's just an arc
Chew
of...
on it. Like a teething ring. Thought maybe it'll help you.
Thank you.
You are very kind. Thank you.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
We'll
see
do what we can
do.
to help, Dole.
And he heads off.
If you head into town at all and you swing by the Dragon's Bollocks, round of drinks for you and your workers on my tab.
We'll be there.
Well, the plot thickens. Glad I didn't kill that bitch.
I knew it!
All right, we're going to stop there. That's going to be the end. That bitch. I knew it. Although I do want to fast forward a little bit because this is something that's going to happen. I'm going to forget about it if I don't.
Okay.
That night, you guys are hanging out with the farmer, Dole, and everything, and Adelaide gets ascending.
Okay.
How many drugs is Merrick on? Find out, port back, and cut him if you need to. And don't ever treat one of our clients that way again.
Fuck.
Which we'll deal with next time, but I want to get that out now because I would forget about it otherwise. So Robin contacted you, your handler.
Yeah, I gathered. I gathered from the
way
tone.
I just want to make sure.
Yeah.
I don't know if the audience knew that. Some people are new. Adelaide's handler, the Birchfield, the whole group's handler, actually, the Birchfield, having obviously gotten a scathing report from a duke whose daughter was very upset, who was paying a lot of money to the Birchfield to have this happen. So, but we will pick up back from the farm next time, and that won't quite have happened, but you guys will help keep me straight on all that because I'll forget about it otherwise. And we're it just won't make sense next time if it just comes out of nowhere and people have to remember back. I'd rather talk about it now. So we'll deal with the fallout from that later.
Okay.
So thank you guys very much. I don't think we have a credit thing set up yet. Nope. So we'll do raid here while you guys talk for a second.
Thanks for being here, chat.
Heck
Yes,
yeah.
absolutely. We
Yeah,
always
thank you
love
for joining
interacting
us.
with you guys.
And
Scabby Rooster just started.
and as we were saying, as of next week, we'll be starting to use the hero system from World Anvil. So we'll have a space for you guys to follow our characters and check out our in-character commentary and tracking what we're doing in game. And it'll be fun. I'm very excited about it. So yeah, keep an eye out for that. And you can follow us on Twitter at the Shenanigoons to find out more as we're doing that. We'll put some things out to talk about what we're doing in Heroes.
Thank you, Goonies, as always, for tuning in.
Heck,
Yes, we're gonna go and actually not do Scabby Rooster. We're gonna do Scraticus because we get Scraticus and Torn Pixie on Scraticus. So we'll get two of our
Nice.
favorite people. They're all our favorite people. We love Scabby Rooster too. They also have the lower amount. We always go to the person with the lower amount, do the big one. Please come along if you can. Even if
Thank
it's just for a
you.
moment to say hi, make it a big raid for us. Come back, tell your friends about this show. We are on every Tuesday at 7 p.m. PST, 10 Eastern, for about 2.5 to 3 hours. And tomorrow you can tune in to Discover RPG and learn all about World Anvil's newest program, Heroes, straight from the horse's mouth, as we're going to have Janet on the unicorn's mouth, straight from the unicorn's mouth.
what should
We'll
our
have Janet on.
what should our raid be?
What should our raid cry be?
I knew it.
I knew it.
I knew it. All
I
right.
knew it.
All
knew
caps. I knew it.
All right. All caps. I knew it. That's our raid cry. Let's go ahead and go over in 3, 2, 1. Good night, everyone.
Night, guys.
Bye.
And we're out.
The other good raid cry would have been, how many drugs is Merrick on?
That's great that happened.
Yeah.
Hey, Logan, are we just verifying we're off?
Can we have a second?
People can't hear us? Okay.